Come here, Minnie. No! No! Oh my gosh, we just found out we have 2 roosters. Oh my gosh, that did not just happen. Hey everybody, in this video we have 3 things to consider before you start free ranging. This is not biased, we have done both and we've watched a lot of videos and we feel like these are 3 things that people don't really talk about. And we also spit some rapid fire pros and cons at you and just give you some advice if you are new to the whole free ranging concept. So enjoy! Hi, I'm Lindsay and this is my husband Angelo, but we call him Ange. I'm a stay-at-home mom and Ange is a full-time entrepreneur. He fixes up the worst of the worst rental homes and transforms them into something beautiful. But we also have a landscaping business on the side. Together, we have 3 kids and are starting a homestead from scratch on our 30 acres. We live in our barn dominium right now until we start a forever home build. We believe in working hard, playing even harder, and bringing the old-fashioned values back into the home. We have no idea what we're doing half the time, but we know with God, our family can accomplish great things. Hi guys, welcome to Brown's Family Homestead, and in this video we're going to be talking about 3 things to consider if you are contemplating free ranging or not, or keeping them in a run or in a coop. This is an unbiased video. We have done both. We've kept them in a run, we've free ranged, so it's not a biased opinion whatsoever, but some things to heavily consider if you are planning on free ranging your chickens. We have 20 hens and 1 rooster. We did have 2 roosters, I'll get into that later. And we have rainbow egg layers. So if you want me to make a whole video on that, a whole separate video of what kind of chickens we have, which ones do good around the kids, which ones lay colorful eggs, they're really beautiful. So if you're wanting to see a whole video on that, you can comment below so we know to put that out for you guys. But for right now, let's get on to the 3 things you should consider before you start free ranging, or if you're considering it. So the first thing to consider if you're going to start free ranging is knowing your property, knowing the location that you're living at or that you plan on free ranging. So with our property, it is very open. We don't have a lot of trees to protect our hens, but we do have a wood line, but it's not too heavily wooded. So if you come from somewhere that is very immersed in the woods, that could bring some concern because something could easily come swipe your flock from the wood line. Or if it's too open, you don't have those shaded protective trees to protect your flock. So the second thing to consider before you start free ranging is knowing your predators in your area. And that could be raccoons, minks, foxes, coyotes, all of those little critters. Knowing your property long enough to know if they are in extreme danger if you start free ranging. For our property, we have 30 acres and it's surrounded by woods, but where the chickens are, it is super open all around it. So we don't have any trees, nothing. So I think that really minimizes our predators because they're not gonna wanna come into this open field. They can, and they probably will one day, to attack our hens. So that works in our favor, but it's open, there's no protection from trees, we don't have a dog, we don't have a goose, we just have a rooster, and now 2 roosters, I'm just finding out, and that's all we have. So we waited 5 months before we started free ranging. Because we don't have protection from trees and because it's so open that it does wean out quite a bit of predators because they're not going to want to come into this open field and be vulnerable doing that. We do have hawks. So that's the biggest reason why we didn't want to free range, because ever since we've moved here, we've always noticed these huge hawks all year round circling our property. And so it brought a lot of concern to start free ranging, thinking that they would swipe down. But in my mindset, I'm like, a hawk isn't going to wipe out an entire flock. They could wipe out a couple of them, but it's not going to be like something like a fox that could take out multiple at a time. So that is the reason why we did choose to free range our chickens. So far so good. It's only been a little bit of doing it, but I feel a lot better now that we have 2 roosters. We did not want to get into this naive and just, it's easy to fall in love with the idea of free ranging chickens. It's easy to like romanticize it. And then of course, they're much healthier when they're free ranging. That's controversial. But when they're free ranging, they're supplementing all of the nutrients from the grasses, the bugs, and you are getting that in your eggs, which then in turn, you're getting more of that golden yolk. So there are a lot of benefits to free ranging, but the thing is, what I was getting at is it's really easy to romanticize the idea of free ranging. And if that is not a good idea, and in turn, you are going to spend money and time on these chickens just to lose a whole flock, that's not worth it. So I know this is a controversial topic of people that are like, free range is best or don't free range. It is very specific to what you want. Number 3 is going to be, if you are choosing to free range, you have to be willing to lose some chickens. That is a sad thought. Nobody wants to lose any of their livestock if you're homesteading, but that is life. That is the way things go. It's just the extent of the danger zone that you live in that could be detrimental. So if you can calculate it out enough to know, okay, if I free range, obviously everybody's putting their chickens at risk, but if you can pretty much know the predators, know the location, and have a good idea that they'd be pretty safe doing that, that's different. Just shoving them into a space where it's not safe for them, that's different. Losing a whole entire flock out of not really thinking about the factors that go into free ranging is the thing that's going to change stuff. So you have to be willing to lose some chickens. It's sad. We've lost a rooster, and it wasn't due to any predators. We started free ranging, and within the week of free ranging, he started hanging around the water all day, every day, and it started getting super lethargic, and we just found him passed out by the water, dead. So that was sad because we wanted 2 roosters. I've read online that they say to have 1 rooster per 10 hens if you're gonna choose to free range. So we had 2 roosters versus 20 chickens, and I felt really good about that. Then we lost him, and it was sad. But in this video, I'm finding out we have 2 roosters. So knowing your location, knowing the predators, and also knowing you are gonna lose a chicken now and then. Some rapid fire pros and cons to free ranging is you're gonna save money on your layer feed because they are getting nutrients from outside, bugs, grasses, all that type of stuff. And that in turn is a healthier egg itself, but you're saving money with your layer feed. And your coop's gonna be cleaner because they're outside more. It's fun for kids. Like, we have 3 little kids, and they absolutely love coming out here and playing with the chickens. They take care of insects. They're happier, they're healthier, and those are some great pros to that. The cons though, and there are cons, is that it is a toss-up. You don't know if you're gonna walk in and they could all be dead. And that, it could be very sad. You spent time and money to get eggs from these chickens, and they're your animals. Like, you don't want them to die, so you're risking something by doing free ranging, and your landscape will be trash. It will. We landscaped this whole chicken coop, and it was beautiful and everything I wanted because we were so convinced these were just going to be run chickens. And the minute we left them, we took them out of this run, was the moment that all my flowers got absolutely destroyed. So you just gotta weigh like what's important to you, what's not important to you. My flowers, I can always replant them somewhere else. I'm just happy that they're out and about. Our family is getting healthier eggs, and also it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to have chickens in your yard. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, I know I'm in a different spot right now. I just want to make this small little comment because free ranging is neither black or white. It's not you keep them in a coop or you free range. There are other options. So the other option could be getting a chicken tractor and pulling that daily so they can be grass fed as well. But with our situation, we couldn't do that because we in the spring want to get meat chickens, and we just felt like that was way too much going on to be pulling all these different tractors around our house. So that wasn't an option for us. But if you want the benefits of free ranging for the nutrient aspect, but not exposing them to predators, that is a really good option for anyone out there. So with that being said, let's go back outside and continue this video. Some things that you can do to make free ranging easier if you do choose to free range is having an automatic door. This has saved us. We don't have to let our chickens in or out. They do it themselves. And we plan on putting one on the outside of the run so we can keep this run closed at night as well, just for that loaded protection for them. But if you do plan on free ranging and you don't want to open and close, let them in and out, then this is the way to go. Get an automatic door. This is our garden area we tilled yesterday. It's huge. And this spring we have this huge garden that is going to come to life. We're gonna get some garden fencing in it soon, some compost laid on top. And if you wanna watch our whole garden journey, because we are starting a homestead from scratch, so this is the whole process of it, bringing you guys along this, then make sure you subscribe to our channel because you're gonna get a lot of gardening content and just DIY homesteading content. So, bye! The landscaping is now just destroyed. It's also a really wet, rainy day, so things aren't looking pretty right now, but I'll show you our coop. This is just our storage barn where we have like real estate stuff. My husband does fixer-uppers. We're gonna have a processing table here, maybe some gardening stuff in here. We have feed, straw. We have all these cartons that we've saved for years, so before we even had chickens, we've been saving them, knowing that we would want to give chickens to family and friends, so we were smart and saved them. So now I will show you an example of our eggs getting into their little coop. I'll bring these outside so I can show you the colors and better sunlight. If you guys are wanting to see what chickens we have that lay these colors, we can make a whole video for you if you want that. All right, here's a layout of a property. So we have our chicken barn right here, chicken coop, chicken run, and the wood line, and then we have no trees at all. So this is where our garden's gonna be. So that is our layout to our house. If it was more wooded, I don't think we would be free ranging them, but our hawks have not given us any problems yet. So for now, all right, ladies, I'm going back home. I'm going back home. They're gonna follow me all the way home. All right, so I'm walking back to the barn right now while they follow me. But anyways, yeah, so we've had ours in the run for a little bit. Then we started free ranging them. I would never tell someone like, yeah, just go free range them. I think it is such a specific thing just regarding those 3 topics I talked about. So just consider those if you want to free range, but I hope this was helpful. It helped somebody out there because we needed all the help we could get. We were super nervous about it. We wanted to do our best with homesteading and not start off on the bad foot with something getting all of them and all that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and we will be making more chicken videos for you soon and some garden videos and all the homesteading stuff. This is where we live, at this barn. It's really cold and raining out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We make videos every weekend. See ya!